Hi guys, welcome back to Liming with Courtney. Today we're going to discuss part 2 of Love is Blind season 2. We got a good number of episodes and we have seen the development of each couple's relationship, or should I say the underdevelopment of some of the couples. Let's get into it. Last time I did this video I said that Ryan was my favorite, but he's not anymore. Sorry. For me, Ryan likes to gossip too much. Like, he goes back and he tells Danielle everything, and at first it was like, okay, he wants to have Danielle involved. But it's not it for me. And men who sometimes like to gossip too much, they will end up gossiping about you, or they believe that you should not have any boundaries with them in terms of discussing the affairs of your friends. Everything should be an open book with them. And I think in every relationship there should be boundaries, especially when it concerns discussing other people. So that's just my take on it. Alright. When Danielle and Ryan went to meet Ryan's family, Danielle's sister said that Ryan likes to take showers 2 times per day, and said it like it was a strange thing to do. I was a little lost at that point. Why? What's wrong with that? Like, that's the norm. Okay, so it's not obsessive behavior. So he's not being OCD by just taking 2 showers. Thought she was gonna say 2 showers in the morning, 2 times in the afternoon, because he might work from home, and then 2 times in the evening. I don't understand if she had said it like that. I thought though that when Danielle met Ryan's sister, she would feel a little bit more comfortable and that some of her insecurities would go away, because Danielle's sister, she is of a particular size, and I thought that she would be able to, well, she being Danielle, would be able to bond with Ryan's sister on that point. What I got from Ryan's interaction with his mom and his sisters is that he can get a little uncomfortable around his mom. He kind of intimated that when Daniel and he were traveling to the house. But Daniel's mom doesn't really seem to be on board with this relationship, and I can understand why. If your son has always brought home women to meet you and he's just never sealed the deal, all of a sudden he's going to seal the deal with someone he knows just for a few weeks. It would be strange to me as a mother. Alright, let's go on to Mallory's sister. When she met Val, she asked some very pointed questions, which I appreciated. Yes, persons may look at her and say that she's a bit stern, but come on, if you have your sister who you're so protective of, and here comes this guy who wants to sweep your sister off her feet, want to marry her, you want to ensure that he's in it for the long run. So I thought that that discomfort at the table was necessary. I love to see the bond between Mallory and her sister. She said that she considers her sister as her second mom. I really like seeing that. I have a close relationship with my sister. Well, I have 2 sisters, but I have a closer relationship with the younger one because she has always been the stricter one, and so she considers herself a mother figure in my life all the time, even though I'm taller than her and she has to look up to me, but that's another story. Okay, so that's it, I think, about Mallory's portion in Val meeting her sister. I thought it was okay. Shake's mom is the business, okay? Shake's mom laid it out straight. Like, she said to him, oh, you were being very confident when you were in the pod. And I love the discussion that she had with him, just aside from everyone else, in terms of the father and Deep. I'm happy that he had that discussion with his mother. It was necessary, because his mom was basically saying, don't go and hurt this girl. She deserves better. And it's true, if you're not interested, it's fine. And this is what men sometimes don't understand. Women get annoyed and upset when you just string them along. Just tell her the truth, And you cannot fake attraction. If you're not attracted to the person, It's just not going to be there. Yes, you may grow to appreciate the person over time, but in terms of that chemistry, I don't think that will ever be there if there isn't even an ounce of attraction. And I don't think that Shake has any attraction for Deep at all. Alright, move on now to Jarrett. Jarrett went out with his friends. Obviously, he is loving the single life. He still wants to go out and party several times during the week, go for drinks. He likes to play video games. Like for me, I'm now 35. I would not date a guy who's into video games. That's just for me. Perhaps other persons would like that, but I just would not be interested. I don't mind a guy who hangs out with his friends. Just like I have my girlfriends, I want to hang out with them. But if we are on the verge of getting married, and this is the time that we're supposed to be taking to get to know each other, I don't think that 3 times per week is necessary. In fact, even if it were not a time that we were trying to get each other, we had known each other for a long time, I don't want a man who's going to be going out 3 times every single week. I'm sorry. I do think, though, that Ayana should have taken the first opportunity she had to hang out with Jarrett and his friends, just to see how she falls in that group. Because obviously these friends are close to him and they form up an important part of his life. So she needs to see how her interaction with them would be, especially before the wedding day. So I just thought that she could have done that. I know she's an introvert, but sometimes when you're in a relationship, you have to take yourself out of your little shell and do something for your partner. Alright, Danielle now, she showed Nick her home, as did a lot of the other couples. And I'm just picking out sections of the episode because, well, episodes. You can always watch it at your leisure if you haven't seen it as yet. But I just want to focus on a few parts. So Danielle showed Nick her home. Oh my gosh. Like one costume is like, haha, that's cute. But Danielle, come on. And the types of costumes. And then she's joking about her friends dancing on the table and that the table was broken as a result of it, and that she and her friends basically might dance on Nick's furniture, and she looked at him strange that he would not want that. No, you're grown people. I just can't deal with Danielle. I'm sorry. Every time she comes on the screen, and usually I don't say this, but I really want to fast forward through her section. And it's not just about her insecurities. It's just that she doesn't have a proper grasp on life. At least what she's portraying on the show. I don't know her personally. So I'm just not interested in Danielle at all. And I understand that she suffers from anxiety, that she has overwhelming insecurities. But I just don't think you should try and enter into a marriage until you have found suitable coping mechanisms. And I don't think that she has found them. The way she flares up on Nick, I just don't understand. Yes, I do think Nick was wrong to have made any comment about Danielle going on a birthday trip with her sister. Listen, I don't want anybody come talk to me about me spending time with my sister unless it is something where I'm doing it so excessively that is interfering with the time I spend with my partner. So I don't think Nick should have made a comment at that time. If he saw where she went out with her friends just for a girls' night out, and the girls' night out happens every single weekend, then that would be worthy of a conversation. So I kind of agree with Danielle on that point. But it's just, again, her approach, her delivery, and perhaps as she gets older, because she's, I think, 27, she will understand how to deliver herself a lot better. But I just don't think they're a good match. I'm sorry. Ayana introduces Jarrett to her parents. Oh my gosh. Her parents don't age. They all look like brother and, well, the father looks like her brother, and her mom looks like her sister. I'm like, look at this. I love how Ayana's mom spoke to Jarrett to say, okay, yeah, she's a resilient person, but what is it that you like about her? Like, specifically, like her personality, you know? Yes, you want to know that she can get through adversities, but what is it? And he struggled over that question, and I thought that was disappointing. He really did, and I don't really think he understands Ayana for who she is. Although she was so vulnerable and open in the pod, I don't think he really understands her, and he's seeking to do that before the wedding. I know that Ayana met Jared's mom and dad before, well, stepmom and dad, before he met Ayana's parents. I love the little story about how Jared's father met his wife. They've been married now for 20 plus years, and they said that when they on their first date, they just sat down and they spoke until the restaurant closed. I've had that experience where I've gone on a date before, and the person and I have sat until the restaurant closed, and then we went outside and chatted a little more. It didn't end in marriage. Sometimes those things just don't work out, but it is a refreshing feeling when you meet someone for the first time and they're able to capture you on an intellectual level, because there has to be an intellectual aspect to it for you to converse with the person for such a long period of time. So I like that little story, and it was really heartwarming to hear that Jared's father, he believes that it was ordained that he has never married anyone else because he was waiting to marry his son, his firstborn. So I just thought that was cute, and I love that they showed a black family that is not living in an underdeveloped area. Like, you just saw this wholesome family, and I love that kind of narrative being pushed, because sometimes I watch these shows and they always show the narrative that this person came from a broken home and struggled in life, and the home is in an underdeveloped area. I love that they didn't get to see anything like that in relation to Jared. The baseball game, oh my gosh. Shane cannot swing to save his life. He can't, and he was in the right outfit, and you could tell that his ego was severely bruised. I thought that part was extremely funny. I felt bad for him, but I thought it was funny. Jared can't swing. He can swing. I don't know why. Like, Jared has a little swag now. I'm like, when he was like in his little sweat shorts and his hoodie talking to Ayana in the kitchen, I was like, Jared is a little cutie. Especially when he showed his baby pictures. I'm like, I didn't really see Jared this way, but Jared is a cutie. So I thought that game was funny. All of these are things that, yes, we saw Val and Mallory have their special date. Oh gosh, I'm sorry, I'm tired of Val singing. I'm really, really tired of the songs. Like, at first it was cute the first time in the pod, but I would get annoyed. Like, you have to save it for like really, really special occasions. You can't be singing to me 4 or 5 times in a 3-week period. Like, I find that annoying. I love Natalie's apartment. I think she is so good with minimalism. I love how she styles her apartment. I love how the dress that she chose. I liked all the ladies' dresses, but I think I loved Natalie's own the most. I love Natalie's mom. She's like a firecracker, and I think her personality just goes well with Natalie's father. In terms of Shane, his mom, she just seems like a sweet little old lady. She does. What I like about Shane is that he calls himself out. I don't know if you remember when he was talking to Natalie, and he said to Natalie that he's been obnoxious, and she's like, no, and he's like, no, I can't be obnoxious. I don't know, that kind of made me feel better towards Shane. I didn't like, though, when Shane had a little one-off conversation with Shania, whatever she name, Miss Exit, one who break up with her fiance and waste the man time. But anyway, I suspect that the producers were like, okay, you need to have a conversation with her. I don't think on his own he did. He did say to her in a roundabout way that it was kind of inappropriate to say that she could set up Natalie on somebody else, as if his and Natalie's relationship will not work. But only time will tell. So, first wedding is with Danielle and Nick. Danielle has already said, I do. I'm praying. Nick says, I don't. Sorry. I don't want it. So, until next time, I wanted to keep this review short and spicy and sweet. Tune in next time when I come back with part 3. This has been Liming with Courtney. Bye.